you think we need to go in with the questions that you had? Yes? Okay. So I move that based on that discussion on specific employees, we go back into closed session.
There's a motion to go into closed session. There's a second by Councilmember Gorton. Is there discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say. Councilmember Blues.
I'm not going to vote against this, but on the other hand, I really wonder whether we're going to pass a budget or we're going to spend a lot of time micromanaging the various divisions of government. We are working up against the deadline here, and we do need to move forward.
Well, I've had several conversations with Mr. Souther about that. So, Jerry, you want to comment on it? No, comment on our schedule and the extent to which we are pressing against our schedule. Well, I think this informs the motion on the floor is my view on it. The council member, we're in discussion, right? To the motion. And the comment from Councilmember Blues is that this conversation, this discussion is extending itself into a compromise on our schedule. We're passing the budget. So to inform that question, I'm just asking Jerry to comment on the schedule. No, actually not to go into closed session, but the schedule itself.
If we continue on till 7 o'clock, and it looks like we'll probably be talking about HR issues up to that point, we have 2 more meetings scheduled. And I really think once we get to the links recommendations, that I think we can move through them pretty quickly. I think a lot of the council members are pretty knowledgeable about the issues that are on the table. I think the links did a good job of providing, well, maybe everybody doesn't agree. But I think we can move pretty quickly through those issues. And I think we can handle them in the remaining 2 meetings that we have available to us.
Lexington 911, where is your emergency? Lexington 911, where is your emergency?
Hello, I'm Chief Ronnie Baston, and on behalf of the entire Division of Police, I want to say thank you to members of our community. Your outpouring of support after the tragic loss of Officer Brian Durman means more than we can ever express in words. Thursday, April 29, 2010, will long be remembered as a dark day in the history of our department. A fine young husband, father, and brother in law enforcement was taken from us as he carried out the duty that he was so passionate about. In the minutes, hours, and days that followed, our police family struggled with a variety of emotions.
Vice Mayor, you may recall I talked with you before the budget link process began, and I said, can we please get together as a council and discuss the grand issues and come to some type of agreements before we break out into our council link, because we didn't even have instruction on our links, because I knew that it would get to the point at the end where we were saying we're under the gun and we're going to have to hurry up and get this done. An hour is not even a substantial amount of time. It's not even a tiny it's a tiny bit of time compared to the time that we need to spend discussing jobs. I mean, the jobs are the function, they are what enact our government, and we always get to this point. I won't be on council next time when we're talking about the budget, but I hope that somebody will learn, again, from the lessons that we are now under, is some kind of timeline that's created by the process that we create that says we need to hurry up and do this. I think we continue to miss an opportunity. It's micromanaging now that it's at a deadline, but it's not micromanaging if we're talking about it at a time when it's significant. We did not discuss the issues during our links process. We ignored it. We did not address it like we needed to because the whole group needs to talk about it. And we keep saying it's micromanaging, it's not our responsibility, it's the administration's responsibility. If it's the administration's responsibility, we should never be seeing it at all. And we see it in the budget. We've missed an opportunity again. I hope this goes into closed session. I hope we're able to talk about it. But again, an hour is not even it's not even a smidget of the time that we need to focus on this. Thanks.
Councilmember Lawless.
I agree with Councilmember James. I could be for moving on through some more of the links, but we as a council set policy, and if we are aware that policies are not being followed, and or concerned that policies aren't being followed, and I don't know if they are or not, but we're responsible. We're responsible for how this city runs, and you know, if the policies aren't fair, then we need to change them. If they are fair and they're being followed, then that's great too. But if maybe what we could do is agree to go through a couple of these links that we could maybe get through and put this on a schedule where we look at this issue more closely and in depth.
Anybody else want to speak? Mr. Lane.
Yeah, since the people that are here are going to address this personnel issue, it seems to me that they've waited, that we should go ahead and do that and get it over with, and we can do the balance of the work at our next meeting. I think it's to be considerate of these people that are here, and we can get going. And I've spent another minute of our valuable time. Thank you.
So, nobody else has signed up. We're ready to vote on the motion. All in favor of going into closed session, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it. So we will move into closed session. Please, those who are not part of this, please ask you to be excused. Thank you very much.